We have been trained. We have been trained to believe that it's okay to extend ourselves in every aspect of our life. Not just to extend ourselves, but to overextend ourselves. It's become a norm to finance a car. It's become a norm to go into debt for school. It's become a norm to have maxed out credit cards and pay the minimum. It's become a norm to eat fast food and to be fat and to be unhealthy. It's become a norm to sit back and let the world pass you by. So many people wonder why they can't get past their situation because they're stuck in believing the norm. Well, let me be the first to tell you that the norm is fake. It's been put in place by people with power to brainwash me and you into believing that it's normal. And because everyone around us does it, we drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, and follow through. We've got to get past this whole ideology that the things that we see our neighbor doing must be right because they're doing them. Being healthy is one aspect of life. Being financially stable is another aspect of life. Being spiritually stable, or no matter what you would call spiritual or lack of spirituality, whichever, being stable, mentally stable, I guess you could say, is a huge aspect of life. You can't become stable believing what you see on television. You can't become stable just taking one aspect of what they call the news and believing it and pouring your all into it and going and propagating that. That's not the way things work. Take everything in stride. Personally, I don't even watch television. I mean, the news I watch is generally the satirical stuff because they've got a better grasp. Comedy grasps life better than most aspects of art. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but it's true. Comedy takes what is really going on in the world, twists it so that we can all understand it, and almost all the time has some sort of twist that's more accurate than anything you'll ever see on the news. So I'm like a Daily Show kind of a guy, and it's not because I'm a liberal or whatever you want to label me as. It's just because that aspect of news makes almost more sense than the shit they feed you on Fox and the shit they feed you even on CNN, MSNBC. I mean, you name it. It's all garbage. It's all propagated garbage. So think about it this way. The way to become stable in life is to have a balance. Everything is balance. It's a balancing act. Janelle Monáe calls it tipping on the tightrope. It's all a balancing act, keeping everything focused and in line. And what we have done is we've believed what people have said for so long about what's the norm, that lives, our social norms, our understanding of what things should be is skewed. You shouldn't have to go into debt for every single thing. You shouldn't have to overextend yourself. You shouldn't be owing anyone money, really. Pay your credit cards down. Have zero debt. Life spent on a pile of cash is better than life spent under a pile of debt. Remember that. I was getting into an argument with someone the other day about the whole subprime mortgage thing that was going on, and well, that is going on, I should say. And they were just so upset that the rich and powerful, allowed this to happen, and rah, the rich and powerful are mean and they have no morals. Well, no shit, we all knew that. The truth of the matter is, people like me and you, not necessarily me, but people like me and you, the common folk of America who aren't in the top 5%, decided that it was a good idea one day to not read contracts, sign on the dotted line, go for balloon rate mortgages, and put ourselves in debt beyond what we could pay back. So, the root of the problem is the consumer, not the rich and powerful people. Once again, our norms, our understanding of life is skewed. If you sign your name to a contract as a business guy, when you sign your name to a contract, you better be willing to go through with it. Because if you're not, there could be some grave repercussions. Grave repercussions like, losing your house, being in debt for a long time, having to get your bank bailed out, you know. So things like that actually do happen, and they have happened, and they almost caused the collapse of the American economy, and some would argue it is collapsed. So once again, this is getting back to me and you. Our norms, our understanding of what is normal is skewed. Eating healthy has become like, I personally made it a goal for myself to be healthy because my father and my grandfather both passed at around the age of 50. Purely because of health issues, you know. They were, you know, the unhealthy eating, quote-unquote normal American, fast food eating, kind of it's okay because I'm older that I'm fat now, you know, and stuff like that. And it's just, it's not true. People satisfy themselves with the things that they need. And it's funny because it's a spiraling cycle. When you're in debt, what do you need? You need comfort food. You need some kind of a comfort to make you feel better. Some people go to drugs. Some people go to food. Some people go to video games and lack of exercise. But either way, it's a spiral. When you're caught in the spiral and you start to understand that this is nothing but a downward slope, you snap out of it. In A Brave New World, they had a drug called Soma. It kept everyone, you know, doped up and under the illusion that of what life was, you know. It's so funny how so many people drank the Kool-Aid, and so many people still drink the Kool-Aid, and they think it's all right to do these things. It's not. How are you ever going to get out of a hole when you're not even making an effort to climb? You dug it. You jumped in. You nosedived in. So, I don't know. I hope I'm not just ranting. I'm hoping this is getting to someone, but you have to understand the way of the world is this. The social norms that me and you understand are fucked. Get out of it. Take steps to stabilize your life and make everything fall into order. Read books, for God's sakes. Not a magazine. Read a book. A fucking book. Let me know what you guys think. Let me give feedback. I just wanted to kind of rant a little bit so that I can get this off my chest. Let me know. Peace.